Bayraktar TB3 is an advanced technology, a masterpiece. Do you think this weapon can be the weapon of the future, and how successful will it be? How did Bayraktar TB3, unmanned combat vehicle, come into being? Let's find the answer to this question first. Bayraktar TB1 was made by Baykar in 2009 and tested in the same year. However, it never went into production. Of course, Bayraktar TB1s had many engine failures and were not put into mass production. However, 5 years later, Bayraktar TB2s, which were better than TB1s, were developed and went into mass production in 2014. 5 units were made for the Turkish Armed Forces in the same year and were very useful. The best thing about Bayraktar TB2 was that it was much cheaper than its competitors. For example, while American-made Predators, unmanned combat vehicles, were produced for $80 million, TB2s were produced for $4 million. This weapon was exported to many countries and was very useful. It was exported to Azerbaijan in the Second Karabakh War and destroyed $1 billion worth of Russian-made armored vehicles and air defense systems. This is the damage caused by Bayraktar TB2s alone. In addition to Azerbaijan, it was exported to Ukraine, Libya, Kazakhstan, and contracts were signed with many states. Bayraktar TB3 was first announced by Selçuk Bayraktar in a post on October 29, 2020. Bayraktar TB3s are a level-up version of the TB2 and will also have features such as folding wings. The Bayraktar TB3 was first uncovered by Selçuk Bayraktar on October 29, 2020. In his declaration, Bayraktar referenced the testing of a homegrown motor, ventured to be the TEIPD 170 or its subsidiary, which would be coordinated into the Bayraktar Akıncı Sound UAV and the Bayraktar TB3, depicting the motor as having, by a long shot, the best execution values in its group around the world. Selçuk Bayraktar featured its capacities. Selçuk Bayraktar later expounded on the Bayraktar TB3, expressing, "We are fostering an airplane that grounds and takes off from a plane carrying warship, one of a kind in its group. It has collapsing wings, can set down on a plane carrying warship, and can convey heavier weapons. It is around 1,200 kilograms. The designer of TB3, Baykar Safeguard, shared the primary PC-created pictures of the conveyed TB3 on TCG Anadolu, which is the mainland and/or water-capable attack boat of Turkey, on July 21, 2021 through Twitter. It was uncovered that the TB3 would work close by Bayraktar Kızılelma, which is furnished with a stream motor. The Bayraktar TB3 UCAV is a furnished automated airborne vehicle framework, right now being grown natively by Bayraktar and fit for departure and setting down on short-runway plane-carrying warships. Other than observation, reconnaissance and insight missions, the Bayraktar TB3 UCAV can send off an attack activity with the brilliant weapons positioned under the care of its. The Bayraktar TB3 can direct outfitted tasks abroad due to some extent to custom capacities as foldable wings that empower use on plane-carrying warships. The Bayraktar TB3 can be worked from extremely remote distances thanks to its view and pass-view interchanges capacities. Bayraktar TB3 SİHA left a mark on the world as the principal automated flying vehicle fit for taking off and arriving from short-runway ships. In the subsequent flight test, led on the TCG Anadolu transport, cruising off the shore of Çanakkale, it effectively landed and took off without utilizing landing support hardware. Bayraktar TB3 has additionally demonstrated its progress in past tests. Last week, it played out a notable trip via arriving from the short runway of TCG Anadolu with no help hardware. The SİHA finished its fruitful trip at a height of 20,000 feet during the test. Bayraktar TB3, which effectively finished the slope tests, led in Kayshan the previous summer and the methodology tests over the ocean, effectively took off from a 12-degree slanted runway on November 19th. Moreover, it breezed through the high elevation assessment by arriving at a height of 36,310 feet on June 25th. Bayraktar TB3 stayed in the air for over 828 hours and covered a distance of 5,700 kilometers in a 32 hour-long flight test. The Seeher additionally flew with the Aselflir 500 electro-optical surveillance framework created by Aselsan and exhibited superior execution. Bayraktar TB3 Unmanned Aerial Vehicle can take off and land on short-runway aircraft without any problems since it has foldable wings. Since TCG Anadolu ship has a short runway, it fits this description one-to-one, and its first tests started last month and continue successfully. TB3 is an unmanned aerial vehicle developed for both land and sea infantry and can carry smart ammunition, and will have superior skills such as intelligence gathering and misleading enemy targets. Its engine was also developed by the Turkish company TEI. In addition, TB3 will be able to carry mini-smart ammunition, MAM-L, MAM-T and MAM-C. In total, TB3 will be able to carry 280 kilos of payload, which makes it the best in its class. Bayraktar TB3, which can both land and take off on aircraft carriers, carries smart ammunition on its upper surface, and most importantly has more than 150 mini-computers, has the most important place in world aviation history. MAM. Ammunitions were developed for unmanned aerial vehicles, light attack aircraft and air-ground missions, where weight is critical with their low weight. MAMC has high hit accuracy against fixed and mobile targets. MAM-L has high hit accuracy and effectiveness against fixed and mobile targets with alternative warheads. MAM-T has high hit and effectiveness against fixed and mobile targets at longer ranges with its fixed wing structure and improved warhead. With these advanced weapons, Bayraktar TB3 will become a unique weapon and intelligence vehicle. These mini-smart munitions were previously placed under the wings of the TB2 and played an effective and deterrent role in the Ukraine-Russia war, the Karabakh War, in Libya, Syria and Iraq, and became the most damaging weapon in the world. In the opinion of experts, this weapon technology will be a nightmare for tanks and heavy armored vehicles, and most importantly, tanks will no longer be functional. So what's your opinion? Most importantly, how safe is your country against this threat?